Hi everyone. I'm going to demonstrate how to use Padlet. I first used it when I was a teaching consultant for the Red Cedar Writing Project at Michigan State University last summer, and I used it a few times in my classroom this year, and it is one of the greatest collaborative tools that I've ever used. So I want to demonstrate how to use it and how I used it in the classroom and how it is a valuable resource for the classroom. So here we go. Um, I'm going to first show how to use it. And the reason why I like it so much is I do have a login. I do have login information because I do like to save my Padlets and use them for future reference and refer back to them. However, you do not need an account to create a Padlet and to use it in the classrooms. This is why I like it so much because you can do something quick and on the fly, or you can actually create a login for free and use it for future reference and to also come back to when you want to review anybody's responses. So I'm going to actually just show how it is without a login and how you can just go ahead and go in and create a Padlet. So you're going to click on Create a Padlet, pretty simple, and this screen will come up, and you can then go to this taskbar on the right in order to title it. So I might just title it Article of the Week Responses. And as you can see, I've used it before for Article of the Week responses. Um, so you could just, if you were looking for something quick, all the kids have an iPad or computers or a device in front of them. You can just do this. Description you don't really need, but you can write. So you can do Article of the Week responses. Please be detailed. Just something to kind of add further instruction or description of article of the week, whatever helps. You can choose 3 different types of layouts, and I could go through all 3, but when you have freeform, when all the kids respond, when all students respond, they will just come up on the screen randomly in a free form way. So people with long responses might have a big long rectangular box come up, or if people with shorter responses have the short boxes or whatever. You could also change it to grid, which looks a lot more organized, and this is the one I personally like to use because freeform is all over the place, but grid actually organizes them into a nice grid-like pattern, and stream is where they come up one after another, kind of like on a Twitter feed, where you just see one below the next, and then the next one that responds goes beneath the other one, beneath the other one. Freeform just come up wherever. Again, grid will organize it, so I like to keep it on grid. There is wallpaper where you can actually have different types of wallpaper in your, on your background. So you don't have to use this background. You can use any type of background. American flag, Happy 4th of July coming up. You can use a blackboard. You can use just whatever suits you or whatever maybe suits your class or that lesson. You could be fun with it, or you could just be normal and not have anything crazy going on. But there are many themes, and you can add your own. So you could pick one from your gallery. So I'm just going to keep it on this one right now, or a notebook to kind of organize it. The next thing, so there are themes that you do, but those are for premium users, which I'm not even a premium user. I just have a sign in, so premium costs a little bit more. But you could show an icon that comes up here that kind of shows what it's about. So if it's a writing piece, if it's something for responses or for writing or for whatever, like you could use any different type of symbol to show, or you can add your own here. Let's do an apple for fun. And then there are tags, so you can actually make the Padlet easier to search for. You don't have to do this, but sometimes it's good. So I might just do article of the week, so that way that comes up, but it's only allowed 15 characters. So I might just do AOW for article of the week to show that this is the tag for article of the week, and I could easily find it. So then you click next, and you can then choose if you want it on private, password protected, secret, or public. So anybody who has the link or the QR code, you can link to it, can access the Padlet. It will not be available in Google search or public areas if it's on secret. But if I have it on public, anyone can access it. It can appear in an internet search, anything like that. I like to keep it on secret, so I just send the link to my students. My students are able to open it with that link, and only they can access it. And those with access, you want to make sure that they can write in it because they are going to be responding. You could also change it to they could just read posts. They cannot add anything or edit anybody's, or they can moderate. They can view and add posts or edit and approve others' posts. But can write is the best because you don't want them to be able to, well, sometimes you might not be able to want them to edit other people's. Sometimes you might call for that, and that you could change it to can moderate. But I keep it as can write and moderate posts. And this would help sometimes. This require admin or moderator approval before posts are public or published, because sometimes students with like live stream things like this, there's also there's that factor that maybe students can um, respond with something inappropriate, and if you have it displayed on the smartboard, it pops up and there's nothing you can really do about it. So you can require your approval before the posts are published. So you're moderating and approving them, and as you're approving them, they're being displayed. Or if you trust your students, you could keep that off, or if you give them fair warning beforehand that they could lose points or something like that, you could kind of just go with this based on your class. I'm going to keep it on because I usually do, because I do have high school students, freshmen and sophomores, so you never know with them. So I keep it on, and I'm going to click next, and it says you're all set. So post to your heart's content. Use the post button, drag files in, or click anywhere. So if I click start posting, now any student with this link right here can respond to it. So I'm actually going to go on my phone right now and type in this link. So I have it up on my phone. There is the Padlet app they could get if you do use this a lot, but otherwise it comes up on my phone as article of the week responses. I see my little apple. It says please be detailed, and then it's posted by anonymous because we did not log in order to do this. So much like what is displayed right here is displayed on my device. There is a pink add button for adding a response. So if they click on that on their phones, which I'm about to do right now, something pops up like this, and multiple students could post at a time. So just because one student's posting doesn't mean anything. So if I click on it here, something like this, exactly like this, pops up on my phone. So I'm going to type in the title in my phone. I'm going to type in, crazy article, just to show. So that's my title, it's crazy article on my phone, and that's already coming up. It's already popping up here, and I'm doing this on my phone. So then it says write something, same as it says right here. Title, I typed in crazy article, write something. I would respond. I was moved by the woman's courage to stand up to her attacker. Okay. So as I'm typing, it's coming up on here. I'm typing on my phone, and it is coming up on here. So for me, I am the administrator. On my phone, right here, it says requires approval. So for here, since I'm the administrator, it's on my computer, I can now approve or delete it. And because I am approving it, because it's a decent response, I'm going to click approve, and now it is posted. And it's going to be posted in a grid-like way. So now on my phone, it's showing that I approved, and now I can see my response. I'm also going to respond again. Pretend it's another student responding now. They typed in that, inspiration. And their write something is I was inspired by the events that took place in the article. Okay. It's not a very profound response, but it will do for now. And now that that's posted, it's posted in a grid-like way. And now on my phone, both responses are showing up. So this is showing up here. It's showing up on my phone. Many students can respond at once, and it's posted in a grid-like way. So it's very organized, both on my phone and on my desktop computer. So this is how you use Padlet. Plus, the great thing about it is you can share the link, you can share it, and you can even export it. So now if I want to take this and now I want to save it, I can actually hit share, export, or embed. So let's say if I want to post this to my website, my class website for the kids who aren't here today, I could either I could do this QR code, I could scan it, or I can copy and paste it to my website, or I could copy the link to this Padlet, or I can embed it in my blog or my website, share on, email it out, share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter. I could save it as an image. I could save it as a PDF. I could save it as an Excel spreadsheet. I can print. I can save as CSV. I could basically do a lot with this. And just because I don't have an account doesn't mean I can't access this later, because I can do all of these things with it before I exit out of it. And all of my students, here or not, can see it and access it. So, so now I could actually show you, now that you are a pro in how to use Padlet, I could actually show you how I've used it in the classroom and how it really helped as a tool in the classroom. So I use this in the classroom specifically for responses because it's a really nice way to be able to see responses. So this was one of my lessons where I had the task was reading for purpose, because I was talking about hidden meaning of things. So they had to read for purpose. And it said, sick of teachers giving you things to read and you have no idea how to look for what's important. So they have to read the article, The Power of Purposeful Reading from Educational Leadership, and they have to highlight or underline what they thought was important from the article. So this is the article right here, The Power of Purposeful Reading. They had to read it and again highlight what they took from it, as what they took as important. They had to highlight or underline it. So this was the article. So they highlighted and underlined what they thought was important. The next part of the lesson was the response. So I had them go to the link on the smartphone or the iPad. I have two separate links, one for first hour and one for sixth hour, because I wanted both my classes to get, I didn't want my sixth hour to be able to see what my first hour posted and so forth, and vice versa, I'm sorry. So they had to post responses to the article as well as any quotes or words they deemed important. So this was actually a great way for them to not only process what they read, but also pick out the key details and important parts, which I think is the most valuable way to use this, is having the kids be able to express what they felt or read or what they take out as important. It also is a great assessment for you as a teacher to be able to see if they picked out the correct main ideas, if they got what they were supposed to get out of it, if their responses are, thorough and understanding, and that can help you assess whether they understood what you wanted them to understand. So I'm going to go ahead and click on first hour, and you'll be able to see all of my first hour's responses. Oh, it doesn't exist. Oh, interesting. Maybe I'll try sixth hour. Let's see. There you go. Okay, so my sixth hour definitely shows up. So when they have to respond to the power of purposeful reading, and I told them these are further directions, and here's the little um, icon I used. After reading the excerpt from the educational leadership article, respond here. So you could see all of my students' responses. They have their names, which I have them put their name in the title because that helps me see who did it, and then they respond with their thoughts. So, it finally is time. Somebody spoke about problems that students have because they feel it's often ignored. This is a great way for students to all see um, what each other thought about the article, and it's a way to get everybody all inclusive. It's a way to get everybody to respond. So those kids that don't normally like to raise their hand and speak, they are able to have a voice in this. So it is a very valuable resource for the classroom. This is how I used it. It's a way to get all of their voices out there in a very safe way. It's also a very moderated way because you are the one that gets to show them how to do it. And or I'm sorry, you're the one that gets to approve whether or not the comments are posted or not. So it's moderated. It's helpful. It's smart. And you really get some great responses from it that you are able to now go through and say, okay, let's have a discussion based on what you guys said. So now it's all displayed on the smartboard. It's all displayed on their phone or tablet. And you can easily just say, hey, let's go back and let's talk about these things. And you have discussion points now. So all in all, this is a great resource. I highly recommend it. It's padlet.com, and enjoy. I hope this